Begin with the end in mind. Habit number 2 of Stephen Covey's 7 Habits for Highly Effective People is the perfect ideal to begin retirement planning, to live the life you want in retirement. Designing a plan for that is key. So today we're going to calculate how much you will need for retirement. And as an added bonus, if you stick around to the end, we're going to go over 5 additional factors that can affect how much you're going to need to save for retirement. So my name is Corey. I'm a financial coach with Financial Journeys. So let's dive in. So it's a long-held belief that less is needed in retirement. There are fewer needs. There's no commuting. Your kids are hopefully out of the house, and you reasonably have everything that you need. But how do you calculate this without undershooting or overshooting your needs? Well, we're going to calculate this today. And if you'd like to follow along and calculate your own numbers, there's a PDF in the description below that you can pause the video, download it, and calculate your own retirement number as we go through this. Are you back? Okay. So a great starting point for retirement planning is the income that you plan to be making when you retire. Well, how do you know how much you're going to be making when you retire? For that, let me introduce Marty. Now, Marty is an average 32-year-old, and according to the site Keep Your Day Job, a study showed that the average household income for people in their 30s was $52,000 in 2022. Now, Marty is going to need to look into the future to try to figure out what his future income is going to be at retirement. According to the Social Security Administration, the average wage index for the 20 years leading up to 2022 is 3.22%. Now we take these two numbers, the $52,000 a year and the growth index of 3.22%. We plug them into an income growth calculator. Now this one I found at Keypoint Credit Union with a simple Google search. Now we plug in these numbers for 32 years from 2022 for Marty to retire at 62 years old. According to this income growth calculator, Marty's income is going to grow from $52,000 in 2022 to $143,366 when he wants to retire at age 62. This is Marty's expected income at retirement. Marty's doing pretty well for himself. So with that, you also have to know what your withdrawal strategy is going to be. We're going to look at the popular strategy called the 4% rule. This 4% rule was established by the Trinity study, which was conducted back in 1990. What this study showed is that with a properly structured investment portfolio, you can start your withdrawals at retirement at 4%, and you would have a 90% success rate that your retirement would last at least 30 years. So now we calculate exactly how much Marty is going to need if his salary is $143,000. To get that 4% withdrawal rate, we multiply that by 25, and that gives us $4,350,000. Now that is a scary number. Assuming average market returns of 10% per year and monthly investments, Marty is going to need to invest $1,950 a month for the next 30 years to be able to achieve that $4,350,000 to have the retirement that he's looking for. Now, this is an almost impossible number for Marty. This is $23,000 a year. That's more than 50% of his current income. But we still have 5 additional factors to go over to adjust the amount that he's going to need in retirement. So as we continue, go ahead and hit like if you're getting some value out of this video, and we'll continue to adjust Marty's retirement number. Now, of these 5 factors, the first is mortgage. Now, most people have a plan to pay off their mortgage before they retire. Now, whether that's by ensuring they pay off the mortgage and they stay in their home, or if they sell their home and downsize into a smaller residence at retirement. Now, what I found is that in 2022, the average mortgage payment, exclusive of tax and insurance, is $1,775 per month. That comes to $21,300 a year. Now this, if you pay off the house or sell the house, is an expense that you're not going to have in retirement. So that can be deducted from your retirement calculation. The next factor is that you're no longer going to be contributing to your retirement. Once you're in retirement, you're there. You don't need to contribute to it anymore. Now, we had Marty contributing $1,950 a month. That comes to a total of $23,400 a year that he no longer has to come up with to ensure his retirement. So his retirement number is going to go down again. And then the third factor is that you're no longer contributing to Social Security. Once you go into retirement, you no longer have what they consider to be earned income, so you don't have to contribute to Social Security. That's 7.65% of your income that you're no longer losing. That comes to a total of $13,311 per year based on the $143,000. Now, with just these three factors, we've got a subtotal of $58,011 per year that Marty no longer needs to come up with. So we're just going to round that out to $58,000. So with a $58,000 reduction from the $143,000, that brings Marty's necessary income in retirement down to $85,000. This reduces his needed retirement savings to $2,125,000, or only $945 a month contributed to his retirement savings. And we still have two factors to go. Another component of your retirement income is any sort of expected pension or Social Security income that you are expecting to receive in retirement. Now, there are not a lot of jobs left out there that do provide a defined benefit pension program. The Bureau of Labor and Statistics show that there's only about 15% of commercial jobs out there that still provide this type of benefit. And many believe that Social Security is an unknown factor for the future, whether it will be available or in what manner it will be available when it comes time for retirement after another 30 years. But whatever you are expecting can be reduced from whatever your retirement needs are. For Marty, we're going to assume a 10% pension and Social Security mix once he gets to retirement. So we're going to assume $14,000 that he is going to be receiving from a combination of both of those benefits. The final factor in your retirement is healthcare. Presumably, Marty and yourself will have enough credits to qualify for basic Medicare. But there's also Medicare Part B, C, and D, and possibly some industry-sponsored healthcare from the company that you worked for. And then as you get older, you tend to need additional medical care. Several sources showed a healthcare need throughout retirement of $315,000 on average. So we just add that to the required retirement total. So what is Marty's total? Well, we had him at $85,000 for his initial 4% withdrawal at retirement. So you subtract that $14,000 that Marty's going to get from his combined pension and Social Security. That brings you from that $85,000 down to $71,000. You multiply that by 25 to get you to $1,775,000 for his retirement savings. Add $315,000 for his healthcare costs, and you receive a grand total of $2,090,000 is what Marty is going to need at retirement to fund his retirement. Now that $2,090,000, that comes down to $925 a month that Marty is going to need to contribute over 30 years to build that for his retirement. This will get Marty his initial 4% withdrawal of $83,600. He'll then receive on top of that his $14,000 expected from his pension and Social Security for a total of $97,600 in his initial year of retirement. Now this is higher than the $85,000 that we initially estimated, but it does also now include the healthcare expenses that Marty is going to need for retirement. So if you chose to follow along, or if you're going to go back and rewatch, you can calculate your own number for retirement. But keep in mind, this is just a starting point for retirement planning. You will make many adjustments along the way, but you need to start executing on this plan now. Because I heard somebody say, you can't steer a parked car. If you're not moving, you can't make adjustments. For more personal finance information, check out this video.